This is Alan Stang. Our money system is totally illegal. Details in a minute. Please stick around. Yesterday we began to show you that because of the paper money disaster in the War for Independence, our founding fathers were implacably hostile to paper money and wrote that hostility into the Constitution, which says that U.S. money will be gold and silver coin. American leaders repeated all this down through the 19th century until the Federal Reserve fraud was inflicted upon us. For instance, Daniel Webster said this, quote, "If we understand by currency the legal money of the country, and that which constitutes a lawful tender for debts, and is the statute measure of value, then, undoubtedly, nothing is included but gold and silver. Most questionably, there is no legal tender, and there can be no legal tender in this country, under the authority of this government or any other, but gold and silver, either the coinage of our mints or foreign coins at rates regulated by Congress. This is a constitutional principle, perfectly plain and of the very highest importance. The states are expressly prohibited from making anything but gold and silver a tender in payment of debts. And although no such expressed prohibition is applied to Congress, yet, as Congress has no power granted to it in this respect, but to coin money and to regulate the value of foreign coins, it clearly has no power to substitute paper or anything else for coin." End quote. Again, that was Daniel Webster, and his statement is just one of many examples. Here's another. In 1844, the House Ways and Means Committee said this, quote, "The framers of the Constitution intended to avoid the paper money system." End quote. Nothing has changed. Nothing in this world is more obvious than that United States money is gold and silver coin, nothing else. Notice Daniel Webster's remark that the states are forbidden to make anything but such coin legal tender. That prohibition appears in Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution. The United States Code explains as follows, quote, "The several states are prohibited from making anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts." End quote. Time after time, that's what the law says. On February 24th, 1981, Illinois State Assistant Attorney General Morton Friedman wrote to a constituent as follows, quote, "In response to your letter, Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution is binding on the state of Illinois." End quote. Friends, how many more times must it be said? All of this proves that our present money system is not just a disaster. It's illegal. It is probably the biggest fraud in the history of the world. Remember that the Federal Reserve was sold to us as a solution to our financial problems. Since the Fed, what problems we had are incalculably worse. This is Alan Stang. Think about it.
For transcripts of the Alan Stang reports, contact the program sponsor or send $1 to the John Birch Society Features, Belmont, Massachusetts 02178.